the Jessica Nova, and you are watching Geek Girls Review. Okay, let's get started. So today we're going to talk a little bit about Mortal Kombat and the most recent game and the fact that I still love it, and it's just great. It is an excellent game, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. The first thing I want to talk about is the DLC. We're going to talk a tiny bit about DLC 1 and the we're just going to talk about all of it. Well, it doesn't matter. You know, there are very few characters I like, and I wish the DLC so far, character-wise, was better. I do like the way they parse it out. I think that keeps it exciting, except also we know who the characters are going to be, and I wish there was just a bit more excitement, because I think the characters that they have chosen are overall not great. So, sorry. The characters that I do like, that I have enjoyed, is I love how horrible Homelander is. I think that he is awful. I think that is a lot of fun. I have grown to enjoy the ridiculousness of that, and yeah, I think that he's a great character. I enjoy Peacemaker, except that my partner plays with Peacemaker and they kick my ass. I get very tired of his finishing moves. Yeah, so don't love him for that reason, but I think he looks great in the game. He feels true to character, and that's a lot of fun. Janet Cage is another one that I like. I think it is a fun choice. I think it's a smart choice as far as character, and it adds that ridiculousness back into Mortal Kombat that is not always as prevalent as it is in this game. I think this game really does a lot of that. You know, there was goofy things that we loved in these first couple of games, especially, that were just like the silly. You know, it's a punch in the woo woo, or a like rip down on nutcrackers, and just like it was silly. And having her in here and some of the way that they play the other characters is great, but that fuels that for me. And then my favorite, you can probably guess, is Ghostface. I think having him in there and the way that they do it and the way that his attacks are, I've been on and we've been hyper-focusing and special interesting Scream once again. It's like Lord of the Rings. It's just always there. And every so often it's all I watch, and it is the background noise that feeds the autism. That's just what it's going to be. It's going to be that, or we're watching fucking Frodo do it for the millionth time. You could have done it differently. Fuck. I already know what happens, but those movies hold up. They're great. I watch them every fucking Christmas, and you should too. I forget. Am I still allowed to say the F word on YouTube? I feel like I watch all these other YouTubers and we're having to censor things that I don't remember us having to censor. Strange. The world is very weird. Back to it. He's just fun. He's fun. It, again, kicks up the little bits of that movie that at this point in my life I find ridiculous. I find, the ultra red flags and the things that I love to watch horror movies now and kind of pick out the things that socially I think are messages that we should have never, I love to explore the why. Like, this is why this trope bothers me and all the things that I feel about it. Let me look at that. And then why was that masterful in the genre? But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about Mortal Kombat. Holy shit. Anyhow, the Scream movies really do that in so many ways. They challenge tropes while feeding tropes, and Mortal Kombat does that. It is goofy, silly, sexy, and this game was true to its roots. It was great. fucking loved it. You know me, you know that Scream, along with Lord of the Rings, is one of my comfort series. I will just sit down and watch all of them. There are things I love about it. It is such an important movie to the genre. And I remember the very first time I watched it, I think I was in elementary school, and it scared the shit out of me. It was right up there with some of the scariest movies, because in my brain that could absolutely happen. And this was more my timeline. It felt like this was my world. So it was very scary at that age. And then now it's one of the things I love to talk about. So having Ghostface in my favorite fighting game series was excellent news, and it did not disappoint. He's just so fun to play. The moves are great. The combos are great. The fatalities are great. It's just marvelous. If you like both Mortal Kombat and you are a fan of Ghostface, you have to check it out. You will be over the moon. So that's my favorite character. Now, because that's a pretty short review, and that's not what we want to do. We want to talk about more things. So we're going to talk about my ranking of some of my favorite Mortal Kombat games and why.